You're watching the Business Channel, creating business class programs. I'm very happy to be joined now by Richard Solomon, who is a partner at the international award-winning architecture practice KSR Architects. Hello to you.
Hello, Sarah.
Now, could you just give me a bit of background as to who are KSR?
KSR are architects who operate mainly in the super prime residential field. We operate in mainland China and in Russia, and we have an office based in China as well as in the UK. We also have a sister company called Folio Interior Design, and they act in tandem with us, which provide us with the ability to produce projects starting from master planning of large sites through to small-scale interior projects.
So why does KSR work abroad, particularly in the BRIC countries?
We work abroad, particularly in the BRIC countries, because we find that it levels out economic fluctuations here, and primarily because we find it really very interesting. You're working in different cultures with different sets of requirements. And at the end of the day, it's largely the same as in the UK. It's about relationships, which are the important thing.
Now, what kind of projects, what kind of buildings are you designing and building?
One of the advantages of working in the BRIC countries is that it provides us with the opportunity to work on a range of projects perhaps not available in the UK. So this might be large-scale projects, or it might be different types of projects to those that are typically given to us in the UK. The buildings that we design and build abroad include residential houses and apartment buildings, and associated with that we get involved in mixed-use schemes which could include leisure facilities such as swimming pool complexes and spas, and also commercial buildings such as offices.
Why do you think KSR is successful in BRIC countries? What is it they like about your company?
I think KSR is successful in BRIC countries because we have proven experience of working in the UK, and in this mature market that we have here provides the backbone for the work that we do overseas.
Do you think architect practices are really seen as being a British expertise, that we're very good at architecture and that's sort of liked the world over?
Yes, I think that British architects are very well respected throughout the world, and I think that there is also a certain kudos and prestige for a developer in the BRIC countries to actually use someone from the UK.
Now, can you give me an example of a project that you've worked on in one of the BRIC countries?
In Moscow, we've worked on a large residential project of some 200 hectares, very large scheme with over 1,000 houses and apartments. And that is located just to the west of the center of Moscow in a very prestigious area on the Moscow River. That project has kept us going for some 7 years in our general involvement in Moscow.
And presumably you tailor everything to the budget and different requirements of your customers.
We work very closely with our associates in Moscow, and it's this working relationship that forms the backbone of our work in the Razdori project.
Do you think you have a particular style, sort of, like you can tell a Richard Rogers development? Do you think you have a particular look or style to yours?
I don't believe that KSR work to one single style, and we tailor our work to the needs of our developer clients. So, for example, in Russia, the developers have sought a more of an English style for the residential scheme that we're working on there, whereas in China, more contemporary living is the order of the day.
Is that more sort of blocks of flats type of thing?
China is very interesting because people are used to living in high-density environments, and so large tower blocks might have what we would call vertical neighborhoods, and those vertical neighborhoods would be quite uncomfortable perhaps for a Westerner to live in, but Chinese actually enjoy the intensity. You just have to look at Hong Kong as a good example of that.
Do you find that you use a lot of technology? I'm thinking of 3D design to show your potential customers what you can offer.
We believe that technology is fundamental in our ability to communicate with our clients in Russia and China. The use of 3D software means that strong visual images are able to be given to the clients, and there's a clear understanding of the product that client is going to get.
What more do you think that the government or government agencies could or should do to help UK companies trying to operate in BRIC countries?
I think government agencies should understand more those companies that are already involved in the BRIC countries and provide a platform for them to grow their business, because having an initial involvement really can facilitate a takeoff of that company in those environments.
Do you have any particular growth strategy for expanding into BRIC countries, or do you just take projects as they come up?
We tend to actually get referrals by word of mouth in those countries, and so we don't have a specific strategy to expand. We're very happy with the structures that we have at the moment.
Are you in expansion mode, or are you sort of at a level that you're happy with?
Yes, KSR are currently hiring additional staff in order to cope with the extra work that we have on our books, and that has largely come through work that we're doing in China and in Russia.
Now, finally, do you have a sort of secret of your success, do you think?
Perseverance is the key to success in the BRIC countries, and relationships follow a close second.
Okay, well, Richard Solomon, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, Sarah.